This is an intermediate English listening practice. It comes from Book 2 of the Intermediate English Comprehension series, which has over 3,000 positive reviews on Amazon. Listen carefully and use the subtitles to improve your vocabulary and comprehension. Few cultures are as fascinating as the ancient Egyptians. Their incredible monuments and mysterious pyramids are still standing today, 4,000 years later. Let's discover what makes this ancient culture so unique. The population of ancient Egypt lived on the banks of the River Nile. People first settled in Egypt next to the Nile in about 5000 BC. In fact, today almost all of Egypt's population inhabits the Nile Valley. The ancient Egyptians depended on the Nile for food, water, and transportation. The Nile also provided fertile land, which helped farmers to cultivate their crops and raise their animals. Nowadays, there are dams on the river which stop it from flooding. However, before these dams were built, the Nile used to flood each year, leaving behind lots of dark mud. This mud was perfect for growing crops. The ancient Egyptians divided Egypt into two parts. One was the Red Land, which was desert and protected Egypt on two sides by making it safe from enemy countries and invading armies. The other was the Black Land, which was the fertile land near the Nile, where the population lived. A pharaoh was the king or queen of Egypt. Most pharaohs were men, however, they could also be female, such as Nefertiti and Cleopatra. A pharaoh was the most important and powerful person in the whole kingdom. He or she was the head of the government and high priest or priestess of every temple. The ancient Egyptians believed that the pharaoh was half human, half God. At first, there were two independent kingdoms in ancient Egypt, and each one was ruled by a different king. In about 3200 BC, the pharaoh of the southern kingdom conquered the northern kingdom. The pharaoh's name was King Menes, and he made Egypt into one larger kingdom. After winning the battle, King Menes built a new capital city called Memphis. The word Memphis meant balance of the two lands in ancient Greek. The pyramids contain the tombs of Egypt's pharaohs. They are one of the 7 wonders of the world, and thousands of people visit them each year. When archaeologists discovered the pyramids, they were filled with many hidden secrets and clues about what life was like in ancient Egypt. The ancient Egyptians thought it was very important to preserve the human body after death. They invented a method of preservation for their dead called mummification. Mummification was a complicated process which lasted up to 70 days. The ancient Egyptians believed that if they mummified the pharaoh's body after death, then the pharaoh would live forever. They designed the tombs inside the pyramids to protect the pharaoh's body and treasures. Many of the pharaoh's tombs were plundered by tomb raiders who stole their treasures. However, in 1922, Howard Carter discovered Tutankhamun's tomb, which was untouched and full of incredible, breathtaking treasures. Nobody had been in it for thousands of years. Tutankhamun's tomb contained hundreds of precious objects, which are now in the Egyptian Museum in Cairo. Many of these treasures were unique and beautifully decorated. The ancient Egyptians put over 3,000 treasures in the tomb to help Tutankhamun in the afterlife. They painted the walls of the burial chamber with scenes of his voyage to the afterworld, following his death in 1323 BC. Today, Tutankhamun's name is known all over the world, and his burial mask is one of the most popular images of ancient Egypt. The ancient Egyptians built things to last, and we can still enjoy their creations to this day. If you'd like the full text with comprehension questions and vocabulary explanations, Book 2 is available on Amazon. The link is in the video description below.